glasses are coming off. We know it's real. We know it's happening. So if you have a mat or a towel or just a place on the floor, we're going to start down on the ground this morning for our warm-up, okay? So find your mat, find your towel, lie back on your back, relax. Oh, yeah. You know, I have to like stretch and relax just from sleeping. All right, good. Go ahead and bring your feet down on the ground if they aren't there already. All right, I always like to start class with reclaiming our pelvis or our hips. So even when we sleep, we get tightness. Some of us don't sleep in the best positions, like myself. So we need to regain that pelvis. So we're going to do some pelvic rocks back and forth. Okay, so if you want, you can take your hands and you can form a triangle or a diamond shape. Place on your stomach about 1 inch below your belly button. Now go ahead and imagine there's a marble in between those fingers. And we're going to roll the marble towards your toes, towards your pointer fingers, arching the back up off the floor, creating a big space. And then roll the marble back towards your head, flattening the back out on the ground, rolling the marble towards the thumbs. Small little pressure, and you have some tightness, you might feel a stretch. Let's go and do 5 more rocks at your own pace, rocking forward on an inhale, rocking back, exhale. Rock forward, inhale. Rock back, exhale, tucking those hips, flattening that back out. Rock forward, back. One more, rock forward on an inhale. Rock back on an exhale. And then just come right in the middle to a neutral spine. So just a tiny space between that low back and the floor. The next one we're going to do is we're going to keep working the spine, keep working the hips. We're going to do a segmented bridge. Okay, so we're going to lift the hips up by each single vertebra. So you're going to tuck and curl the hips. And by each single bone in your spine, you're going to lift the hips up to the ceiling. And then by each single vertebra, you're going to lower the hips down, with the hips being last to touch the floor. Let's do 3 more. Tuck, curl, lift the hips up. Curl and slowly lower down. Let's get our breath on the last 2. Inhale, tuck, curl, lift. Exhale, inhale, curl down. Let's do 1 more. Let's go ahead and inhale, curl up. Now let's do a long, slow exhale as you curl by each single vertebra all the way down to the ground. Very good. All right, you guys can go ahead and sit up. We're going to come into a standing position this time. All right, I just want to make sure you guys can see me, not cut off. Okay, we're going to do a standing side bend. So your feet are just going to be about shoulder width together, or your feet can be together. They don't have to be too wide. But you're going to bring both hands up overhead. And then I want you to clasp your right hand on your left wrist, just so you guys can see. And you're going to slightly start to pull up and over to the right side. Keeping the chest open forward, right? So shoulders are stacked. We're not looking down to the floor. We're looking up to the ceiling. You're actively pulling up and over, getting a nice small stretch on the left side of that body. Breathe in, breathe out, come back up into the middle. Go ahead and switch left hand to the right wrist, and then go ahead and reach up and over to that left side. Now getting a right side bend, chest is open to the ceiling, not looking down to the floor. Actively reaching to the left side, stretching out that right hip all the way up into the armpit. Good, come back into center, and we can relax here. We're going to go into a short little inchworm series just to get full body so we can get going here. So find your mat or your towel again, stand to the end. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stand with our feet about shoulder width apart. Try to keep your legs straight if possible, but if you need to bend the knees, please do so to reach the floor. And then from here, we're going to walk out into a plank. Good. From there, we're going to shoot the hips up to the ceiling. Stay in this position, and you're going to pedal the heels out side to side. Getting a deep calf stretch on each side. So drive the weight down onto the left foot and swivel over, drive down with the right foot, pedaling out those heels side to side. Get a nice deep stretch in the heels, but we're also stretching out those shoulders. So sinking that head down nice and low, pushing that chest up and tall. And then slowly walk the hands into the toes, but stay in this bent over position. Let's give our low back a chance to let go a little bit more. You have a little bit of a freestyle here, so you can let that head hang nice and heavy, get a deep stretch all the way from that low back up into the neck. Shake your head, yes, no. You can bring your feet wide. You can walk your hands to the right for a small twist. You can walk them to the left. Do whatever you need to do right now to release some tension in the back of the legs and the back of that low back. When you feel ready, you're going to slowly start to stand, and we're segmenting by each single vertebra back up to the ceiling. Awesome. We're going to go in for inchworm. We're going to do 3. So this time you're going to walk back out into your plank. You have an option here to add a push-up, and then shoot those hips up, walk the hands back into the toes. That's 1. Let's go for 2 more. Walking out into your plank, add your push-up, and then walk those hands back into the toes. Last one, walk out into that plank, add your push-up if you like, shoot those hips up, walk those hands back into the toes. Very good. Let's go 1 more stretch. We're going to come into the world's greatest stretch. So you're going to come into a deep lunge. Okay, so you can start by coming down onto one knee. Bring both hands down onto the floor inside that front knee. You have the option to stay here, or you can press that back leg straight, coming into that deep Spider-Man lunge. And from here, we're going to do 5 twists, followed by 5 hip lifts. So that inside arm is going to reach up, look up to the ceiling, and then we're going to twist all the way down. So we're going to twist down and in, driving that elbow to the floor if possible. Twist up, look up, twist down, drive down. All right, reach up, look up, twist down, drive that elbow to the floor. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, twist down. Last one, reach up, look up, drive down, twist down. Very good. From here, both hands come on either side of that front leg. We have 5 hip lifts. So you're going to take that front leg, you're going to drive it back straight, lifting the hip up to the ceiling, and then you're going to drive that hip back down to the floor. That's 1. Let's go ahead and lift that hip up to the ceiling, sink back down for 2, drive up, lift up, sink down, drive up, lift up, sink down. Last one, drive up, lift up, sink that hip down. Very good. We're going to switch to the other side. So whatever you got to do to get into that position. Again, you can keep the back knee down for support if you need this morning. Both hands come to the floor inside that front leg. We've got 5 twists. Inside arm, reach up, look up to the ceiling, and then drive down, twist down. Inhale, reach up, look up, twist down, drive down. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, twist and drive down. 2 more. Inhale, reach up, look up. Twist down, drive the elbow down. Last one, reach up, look up. Twist down, drive down. Good. Hands come on either side of that front leg. We got our 5 hip lifts. Last warm-up exercise here. So take that front leg, drive it straight, lift the hip up to the ceiling. Sink back down into that low lunge. Drive up, lift up, sink down. Drive up, lift up, sink back down. We got 2 more. Drive up, lift up, sink down. Last one. Drive up, lift up, sink down, and go ahead and relax. Very good. Grab a sip of water if you need. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go into the core circuit. So we're going to have 2 exercises. One exercise, we're going to work for 20 seconds on each side. We're going to have 3 rounds. Okay, so the first that you're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate for you real fast. Lie on your back. We're going to have a single leg lower. So legs will shoot up to the ceiling. You're going to lower one leg down to a hover, and we're going to hold. From here, opposite pinky is going to drive up to reach pinky toe of the foot in the air and relax down. We're going to have 20 seconds here. The key is to keep that low back glued to the floor. Keep this bottom leg at a hover. Keep that top leg straight. Now, if we're feeling some tension on the low back, go ahead and bend that bottom knee. Bring that foot to the ground and reach up here. If you're having trouble keeping that top leg straight, not a problem. Again, bend the knee. Take some tension off, but keep that foot flexed back towards the head as you reach pinky to pinky toe. We're gonna have 20 seconds on one side, 20 seconds on the other. Okay? After we do that, you're gonna flip over onto your stomach. We're gonna have some floor angels. So we're gonna work our back, upper and lower, and a little bit of our hips. So hands are gonna be up overhead. You're gonna lift the head, back, chest, and the hips. The legs and arms are in the air. And then you're gonna sweep the arms behind your back. I got a pole in my way. And then you're gonna sweep them back overhead. The whole time, keeping the chest up in the air. So they sweep to the back, they sweep up overhead. So imagine like, you know, you're flapping your angel wings, right? So those are gonna be our 3. 20 seconds each side on our single leg lowers. Into the angels. I'm gonna adjust so I don't keep smacking that pole. All right, 20 seconds on, 10 off. And if you haven't, grab that Spotify playlist. I am now on the Boys by Lizzo. So if you're not there and you want to join in, go ahead and grab that playlist and turn that baby on. All right, here we go. On our backs, 20 seconds of work in 3, 2, 1, and go. Lowering one leg down to that hover, hold, flex that toe back towards the head, and reach. Pinky to pinky toe. And one little tip here is think about pulling the leg in towards the head. So the closer you bring the foot in, the easier it is to reach. 2, 1, rest. Very good. Head can rest back. Give your neck a break. We're gonna go for the other leg, other side. In 2, 1, and go. That leg is down to a hover. Low back is glued to the floor. If possible, that top leg is straight and flex that toe back towards the head. If you're feeling a nice deep stretch in that hamstring, that is okay. Keep pushing through it. Almost there. Last 3, 2, 1, rest. Very nice. Flip over onto your stomachs. We're going to strengthen the backside for our floor angels. So arms start overhead in 2, 1, and lift up. Chest, legs, and then sweep the arms behind the back and bring them back overhead, staying up the whole time. Now in this position, I don't want you to push the belly into the floor. We still want to think about pulling in, sucking in that belly button up into the spine, keeping that core contracted. Squeeze the legs together to get those glutes involved. And every time those arms come back, that chest raises just a tad higher. 2, 1, rest. Very good. Let's go for round 2. Flip back over. All right. Single leg lower with our toe taps in 2, 1, and go. Lower one leg down. Reach up pinky to pinky toe. Again, you have the option to bend that bottom foot to take some pressure if that low back is screaming at you. If you can't reach that pinky toe today, reach for the heel. Reach for the ankle, the calf. Reach for what you can. Keep the toes flexed back towards the head. Last 2, 1, and rest. Very nice. We got the other side coming up. Relax that neck. Big deep breath. All right, here we go. In 2, 1, and go. Low back glued. Belly button is pulled in tight. So imagine there's a needle coming at you, trying to poke your belly button. So suck it in. Get it away from that needle as you reach up, pinky to pinky toe. Keep that bottom leg at a hover if you can. Flex the toe back towards the head. Last 2, 1, and rest. Very nice. All right, let's flip over into our angels. So key thing here, keep the hips involved. Legs are squeezed together. Squeeze the glutes to lift those hips. 2, 1, and go. Lifting up. Sweeping the arms behind. As you sweep, you squeeze those shoulder blades together to lift up that extra millimeter. Inhale as you reach overhead. Exhale as you reach back. Drive those legs up higher. Squeeze the legs together tighter. Last 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo, very good. Let's flip over. Last round. Here we go. Back into our single leg. In 2, 1, and go. One leg lowers, driving up. Pinky to pinky toe. And bend that bottom leg if you need for support. Low back is glued to the floor. So if your low back's not glued, modify. And get that back stuck down. Almost there. 2, 1, and rest. Very good. Relax that head back. We got the other side. In 2, 1, and go. Last time for these. Legs out of hover, top leg straight, flex that toe back, pull the belly button down and in, reach pinky to pinky toe. Good, keep it up. Big reach, low back glued. Last 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice work. Last exercise on our stomachs. For our angels. Big squeeze, big contraction on the backside. Here we go in 2, 1, and go. Lift up, reach back. So make these active arms like you're squeezing tighter on the backside. Good, squeeze the legs tighter. Squeeze those hips tighter, raise the chest up tighter, higher. Raise those hips up higher. Squeeze in 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, very good. Grab a sip of water if you need. And I'm gonna go through our workup that we have today. We're gonna work for 40 seconds. So for those that have been taking my Thursday class, we're gonna up the time, okay? Because this is normally my morning HIIT It class, and we like to pick up the intensity. So we're gonna work for 40 seconds, rest for 15. We have 4 exercises. We got a total of 4 rounds, okay? I'm not including the finisher this morning. So that 4th round is gonna be our finisher. So keep that in mind as you're working through class. All right, so here's what we have. I wanna make sure you guys can see me. I got a new setup. Okay, we're gonna have a combination move. We're gonna go from a squat, and we're gonna add in a curtsy lunge. You're gonna step back and across for your curtsy. As you come down, you're gonna add a pulse, so a half rep, stand. Back to your squat, step to your other side, pulse, stand to your squat. So it's squat to a curtsy pulse. All right, moving through the tempo there. From there, we're gonna add a crawl out with a push-up. So it's gonna be like an inchworm, but you're gonna focus. So you're gonna get your feet nice and wide. You're gonna focus on sinking down nice and low into a low squat. Then from here, hands come down as you crawl out to that push-up, and then keep the hips low as you crawl back into that low squat to stand, okay? Squat down nice and low, crawl out, add your push-up, crawl back in. If push-ups aren't gonna be happening today, take the push-up out and just do the crawl with the squat, or you can modify it onto your knees for those. Exercise number 3, we're gonna have a reverse lunge with a knee drive. So we're gonna stick on one side per round. Okay, so we're not gonna switch. We're not gonna do 40 seconds each side. So we're gonna stick with one leg per round. You're gonna step back, come up to that knee drive, okay? If you guys wanna challenge yourself here, right? If you have weights sitting by you, grab some weights, or add in a little hop at the top, okay, to pick up that intensity. One leg per round. Last exercise that you're gonna have, we're gonna come down into a plank with a shoulder tap, and we're gonna have 4 mountain climbers in between. So you're gonna come up into that high plank, shoulder tap each side, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that'd be 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Shoulder tap, back to the mountain climber. Good, all right? If there's no more questions, no more concerns, we're gonna get going. We got 4 rounds to get through. All right, we're doing great on time. Okay, have your playlist nearby. We're gonna start with the squat to the curtsy lunge with the pulse. So, I'm gonna move this a little bit. I got a timer so you guys will be able to hear the time as well as we move throughout this. Round 1. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. Squat, Step back for that curtsy. Add that pulse rep in. This new setup with this pole is in my way a little bit. Good. Let's come for that squat as a little rest in between. Pulse out into that curtsy. When you're in that curtsy, make sure you're sitting back into your heel, slightly back and across, and drive through the heel. So if you feel like you're way into your toes, sit your weight back, shift into the heel. That way you can big drive, get a big drive through that hip. Almost there. Last 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right. Next up, deep squat to that crawl out, add in that push up, and then crawl back into that deep squat. So we're going all mobility. Here we go, 2, 1, and go. So coming down nice and low, crawl out. We have a nice wide stance for that push up, and then let those hips drop back down as you come into your squat and stand. Moving through, you have an option to come onto your knees for that push up, and then just pick them up right before you get back to that squat. That's it. Keep working through. Focus on sinking down nice and low as you walk back. It's okay to take your time there. Focusing on that mobility, focusing on keeping that chest up nice and tall. Almost there. 2, 1, rest. All right, let's all get on the same page. I'm gonna help you track. We're gonna start with our right leg forward. You're gonna step back with the left. We're all on the same side. Reverse lunge to the knee drive or hop. Ready? And go. So stepping back to that lunge, add in that knee drive. Or add in that small little hop at the top. We're only doing one side per round. So you can really knock it out. You can really push it on one side if you want. Remember, we're working for a total of 40 seconds. Slightly longer than that Thursday class, guys, but we got this. We got 10 seconds. Here we go. Drive that knee up high. So don't let that be a sad little knee drive. Get it up, at least parallel. 2, 1, and rest. Good. Come down onto the ground. Shoulder tap, alternated by 4 mountain climbers. The speed of your mountain climbers is your own choice. 2, 1, and go. You can keep the feet wide for that shoulder tap, and then bring them in for those mountain climbers, whether it's a nice slow march here or quick little sprint. Whatever suits you today. If you need to come down onto the knees for the shoulder tap, and then add in the mountain climbers, do that as well. Or if mountain climbers are no-go, take them out and just sit there for your shoulder taps or hold for a regular plank. All right. Guys, we got 10 seconds. Here we go. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Done. Round 1. We're gonna go for round 2. Back up to a standing position. So in Thursday's class, we've been taking a little bit longer rest between rounds. Since this is mocking our normal HIIT It class, we're gonna keep our rest nice and normal. This round, we're just gonna get a little bit longer, just explain a little bit, but we're gonna keep it a 15-second rest in between rounds from now on. That's really gonna skyrocket that heart rate for us. So let's go round 2. So with that being said, grab water whenever you need it. All right, we got 6 seconds. Squat to a curtsy lunge. 2, 1, and go. Squatting down, step back. I gotta get that timer set. Add in that small little pulse. Back to your squat. Step back and across, sink back into that heel. Little half rep pulse. Your squat stance is your choice in this exercise. So it can be close. If you need it wide, bring it wide. Here we go. Keeping strong. We thought 30 seconds was long, but 40 seconds can sometimes feel like a lifetime. We only got 10 seconds left. It's nothing. 5. Really working those legs. 2, 1, and rest. Nice. Okay, we're gonna go for the crawl outs. Really focus on that deep squat at the bottom. In 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Sink down nice and low, crawl out. You have that push up, and then crawl back in nice and low. Trying to sink the hips down, pull that chest up. If you're struggling, you can bring those legs a little bit wider to help you sink down a little bit lower. That's okay. But use that crawl back to help you work on a little bit of that mobility this morning. And then stand for a little extra contraction. Guys, we got 10 seconds. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Left leg is forward, right leg stepping back for our lunges. If you have weights, add them in, or add in that hop at the top. Make sure I have enough room here. All right, 2, 1. Here we go. Left leg forward, right leg steps back. Big knee drive. And the knee drive doesn't have to be quick. You can take your time at the top for a hold. We're trying to get a little tighter contraction in that left hip by having that right leg pull and tuck our pelvis slightly under. Add in that hop for a little power, little heart rate blast. Or stay here, guys. You got this. Almost done. Less than 10. Keep going. Keep driving. 3, 2, 1. Very good. Down onto our mat. Shoulder taps with our mountain climbers to finish round 2. In 2, 1, and go. Coming up. Add in that shoulder tap. That shoulder tap's kind of acting like a little bit of a break for you in between those mountain climbers. Keep those feet wide for your shoulder tap. So after running it out on your mountain climber, you can jump those feet back wide because the goal for these shoulder taps are to keep those hips level. Keep working. Guys, we got 10 seconds. It's nothing. We got 5, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, that one's challenging. All right, coming up, we got 10 seconds. We're gonna go right into round 3. Nice short rest, keeping that heart rate up. Squat to curtsy lunge. Ready, and go. Moving through. Yeah, timer's on. This first round gets a little extra seconds for us. I ain't complaining. This is more like 45-second round. That's good. We all love squats. Good. Sink down nice and deep into that curtsy. Again, sit back into that heel. We're trying to get the outside of the hip contracted here. So if you're in your toes, you're going to get more of the front of the thigh. We want to get into the hips. Step back, sit back. Drive through that heel, big squeeze, less than 10. 3, 2, 1, and then rest. Very nice. Squat to crawl out. Getting some squat mobility in. Going out for that push-up. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Sink down nice and low. Walk out for that push-up. Make sure you're driving down through the thumbs or the pad of your thumb and not driving through the pinky, right? If you feel like your pinkies are doing a lot of work, shift that weight into the thumbs so you get more of a pec contraction there. And take your time. This one's not about quantity, but more about quality. Move through the push-up and then take your time sinking into that deep squat. How low can you go? Kind of deal. Less than 10. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, we are back to the right leg forward, left leg stepping back for round 3. Reverse lunge to our knee drive. If you haven't tried the hop yet, now would be the time to throw that hop in so both sides are equal. Set and go. Here we go. Again, we're driving through the heel on these reverse lunges. So sit your weight back into the heel here so you can get a big drive through the hip right? Toes are gripping for balance, but we don't want the entire front of the thigh doing all the work. We want to get some of our glute a chance to power through. 10 seconds. Push through. That's it. Keep it up. Last 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Ending round 3 with these amazing shoulder taps to mountain climbers. I'm sure you guys are rocking it. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Knocking it out. Nice and controlled shoulder taps. 2 powerful mountain climbers. Back to control. Back to the power. Or march it out for your mountain climbers. It's okay to take time and slow them down if you need control throughout the whole movement. Keep it up. This one's the challenge. Being in this plank position for 40 seconds is challenging. You got 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, guys, 15-second rest. We're going right into the last round. Okay, we actually might have time for a finisher. If so, we're gonna knock it out. Let's finish this last round, best round, round 4. Ready? And go. We're doing such great on time. We're gonna have to knock that finisher out. We'll see after this round is done. Good. Don't forget to add in that pulse and that curtsy lunge like I just did. Get that small little pulse because we don't have weights, or if some of you do, some of us don't. So we need some time under tension. So we need more time in the exercise to add some muscle strain, induce adaptations, and increase strength. So we have to mess with the tempo and the time of the reps more than we would in a class that has weights. And rest. So take your time on some of these. It's okay. All right. Squat, crawl out with that push-up. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Sink down nice and low. Small little curl. Adding that push-up. If you're starting to fatigue, it's okay to drop to your knees for that push-up, right? So I'm still working through some shoulder pain, some shoulder rehab. So I maybe have 2 good sets of push-ups in me before I need to modify. And that's okay. Because I just want you to keep working through this. Even a modified push-up is better than no push-up. Less than 10, guys. Sink down nice and low. I've been forgetting to stand. So make sure you stand between those squats. 2, 1, and rest. My brain's going, it's early. All right, guys. Left leg forward, right leg stepping back for a reverse lunge. If you did a hop, the last round, do the hop this round in big. 2, 1, and go. Stepping back. All right, that's it. Step back into that heel, big drive. Get that big contraction in that glute to drive that knee up and high. If you're jumping, it's just a small hop, but power up. Use that knee to help power you up off the floor. Keep it up. Guys, we're almost there. 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo, yeah. All right. Coming into the last exercise of our 4th round. We're hitting our shoulder taps with mountain climbers. Control on the taps, power on the climb. 2, 1, and go. Keep those hips level on that shoulder tap to drive the pad of your thumb down into the ground, just like we did for the push-ups. So drive your thumb down for that stability, and then add in the power of the mountain climber, whether you're sprinting it out or marching it out, right? So since I have a little less shoulder stability on that left side, right, I'm gonna march my mountain climbers out, but you guys, sprint them out if you can. As long as you are working Modify to meet yourself where you're at today. Last 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. Grab a sip of water. Catch your breath. Look at the time. Okay. We have plenty of time. So we are going to add in that finisher. We're going to go back to working for 20 seconds. Rest for 10. We're going to knock out 4 rounds. Woo, let me catch my breath. Okay, we're going to have drop squats paired with skater jumps. We're just going to do those 2 exercises only. So you guys know the drop squats. We're going to start with our feet together. We're going to drop down into that low squat, hop back up for quick feet. Okay? If you need to rest during this time at all, rest down in the squat. So if you're just like, holy shit, this is hard, just stay down here and maybe pulse it out for a little before you're ready to hop back up. Okay? Try to do less standing. It's only 20 seconds, so knock it out. Then, and I'm going to move my mat because it'll be in the way for sure. Then we're going to have our skater jumps, so our side-to-side jumps. Starting on one side, sinking down nice and low, we're going to jump out. You can step this back foot back for balance if you need, or you can challenge yourself and keep it up, okay? I'm going to challenge us even further on these, and I want you to reach for the floor on each one to help keep us down nice and low. Modification for that. If you're looking at me on the screen saying, hell no, Masie, I'm not going to be jumping side to side, then do a big step with a slight lunge to tap the ground. If tapping the ground is another hell no, then just big step, hands to the knees is fine. It's just about you working for that 20 seconds with us. All right, we're going to knock it out. Let me get my timer going. We get one more sip of water. Okay, time for our finisher. 4 rounds through. Nice little Tabata here. Starting with the drop squats. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Feet together, drop down into that low squat. Add that pulse at the bottom if you need a little breather. Quick feet. Use gravity to help you back into the squat. Here we go, less than 10. That's it, last 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo, big deep breaths. We got our skaters coming next. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Going for those skaters. Bring that foot down for balance if you need. Try not to kick some furniture. But again, if you have a tight space, then just step it side to side. You can shorten the jump. That's not a problem. Almost there. 2, 1, rest. Oh yeah. Can you believe it? We got 3 more rounds of that. And then we're done. All right, back to our drop squats in 2, 1, and go. Whew. Felt like we were just here. Keep it up. Keep breathing. Big deep breaths. Make your breath loud so you can hear it. So you're gonna hear me. With big strong exhales. Force the air out. Last 2, 1, rest. Force the air out of the lungs. Get it out so you can get a deep breath in. I'm on Survivor by Destiny's Child. Hope that's where you guys are at now. We're gonna finish this strong. Skater jumps, 2, 1, and go. Side to side. If you start jumping and then have to modify to a step, that's okay. As long as you are still working, whatever modification you take is perfect. 1, I can't see you, so who cares? Other people can't see you. So do what you need to do right now. This is your time to try new things. Less pressure, less eyes. Last 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. And rest. Very good. We're halfway. We got 2 more rounds. Starting the day off right. I'm be honest with you guys. I really enjoyed sleeping in all those weeks, but I knew I had to bring this back at some point, so I'm happy to be here. Happy to be with you guys. Can't wait till it's in person. So let's go round 3. Drop squats, 2, 1, and go. Knocking it out. That's it. You gotta rest. Add in those pulses if you need to get extra breath. Less than 10. You got this. Keep working. Last 3, 2, 1. Rest. I mean, those drop squats are challenging, but these skaters really get you. So let's knock them out in 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice. Controlled side to side. Again, balance on that back leg if you can. Reach for the floor. Step if you need to take out the jump. But keep working. Guys, we got 3, 2, 1. Rest. All right. We got this. One more round. Last round, best round. Back to the drop squats. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Here we go, last round, knock it out now. You've been taking breaks in the last 3 rounds. Cut it out here, work the full 20. This is your last chance. Less than 10, we can all work for less than 10. Even if you're here for a bodyweight squat, whatever it is, keep going, last 3, 2, 1, rest. Very good. We only have 20 seconds left of work, and then we're gonna stretch it out. Yeah, I'm adding in stretches, Okay, skaters, last 20 seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and go. Moving side to side. Stay down nice and low, reach for the floor. Keep it up, whatever your pace is. But whatever you do, do not stop. Keep going, you have less than 10. Everybody can work for 5, 3, 2, 1. Oh, very good. Very good. Catch your breath, get some water. Guys, we have a few minutes. So, if you can stay for the stretching, I suggest you do. Which is because we're at home, we're not out and about as much. The amount of time we are spending seated or laying down is more. Even though we're trying hard to be more active, you know, it's gonna take its toll. We're gonna feel the effects. So after a workout like this, let's just get a few stretches in just to set us up for success for the day. I have it about 6:58, about last few minutes. Stick with me. Just a few stretches, I promise. If you click next out of the Survivor, we're gonna get some nice meditating and calm music. So here we go. Thanks, Amber. All right, lie back on your back. Knees into tabletop. Hands out to your side. We're gonna target that low back again. We wanna get a big stretch to elongate the spine. So you're gonna roll those knees up and over to one side. Slow and controlled, bring them all the way to the floor. Nice and relaxed. Let's take 2 deep breaths here. 1, to help lower the heart rate. 2, to sink in deeper into the stretch. We're gonna inhale in through the nose for 4 seconds. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out through the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more breath. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll those knees up over to the other side. Nice and controlled, right? If you can't get all the way to the ground, you can hold the knees. That is not a problem. But try to get all the way down, nice and relaxed. No weight. Let's take another 2 deep breaths. 4 seconds. In through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more breath. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll those knees back up into the middle. Give them a nice big squeeze. So you can wrap those hands around. Big squeeze. Head and chest tucked in. Squeeze tight. Squeeze tight. Release. Come up to a seated position. Guys, we just got one more stretch each side here, and then I'm gonna let you go. All right, we're gonna be in an L sit. If an L sit is not gonna suit you today, You can be here in a straddle sit. Either one will work for this stretch. We're gonna focus on the side, low back. So we're gonna open the chest to that bent knee. So I got my left leg bent, right leg straight. I'm gonna be looking at my left knee. And I'm gonna side bend down. My right hand reaches to my right ankle. So I'm getting that low left side back. Nice little stretch here. Let's deepen it. Bring that left hand up and over, actively reaching up and over to across the room, deepening that stretch all the way from the hip, up into that armpit, active hand, keep reaching, sink a little bit lower, and then slowly start to rotate the chest down to that right leg. Still actively reach with that left hand, deepening that stretch. Reach for where's comfortable. So if you can reach your left ankle or toe, grab it, look down to that right leg. Sink a little bit lower if you can. Feeling that stretch, move into that hamstring. And relax and release, slowly walk up. Let's switch to the other side. Last stretch here, and then we're done for the day. Into that L sit. Chest is facing that right knee. So we're nice and open. We're gonna bend down to the left hand to that left heel, or wherever is comfortable to reach. You may already start to get a nice little stretch into that low right side of the back. Let's deepen it. Bring that right hand up and over and reach. Actively reaching to the wall across from you, deepening that stretch all the way from the hip up through the rib cage into that armpit. Actively reach, actively stretch out, sink low, and then slowly start to rotate the chest down to that left leg, actively reaching that right hand to help you sink down nice and low. My left side's my tight side. Both sides are gonna feel different, and that's okay because they are different. Try to sink down just a little bit lower. Walk your hands back and relax. And that's it for this morning. Again, guys, thank you so much for joining. I'm really happy this is back, and